Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying your Saturday afternoon. We are preparing for a snowstorm here, which is looking like it's going to be a little bit more of a bust than anything. So Stu was probably right. If you saw my poll earlier asking what you thought it was going to be, I don't see anything yet. So it looks like Stu was probably right again. Anyway, I've been having a lot of questions lately about the industry that I'm in. And so I wanted to give a little bit of a background of where I come from and what I've been doing and why I really think that the industry that I'm in really will fit for you too. So if you're hopping on a replay or you're watching live, please just say hey below so I know comments are working, and also let me know where you're watching from. So before we get started, I'll give you a little inside secret about me. I grew a team of over 40 people so far since April, and I have a little goal that I want to have someone in every state. And then once I reach every state, it's going to be every city and so forth. And it's just like a little competition I'm having with myself in my head. So I love hearing where everybody's watching from. I said this before and people were saying I'm watching from my couch. That's awesome too, but I just am curious what state you're in and where you're from watching. So say hi, let me know where you're watching from. So a little bit about me and where I come from. I get this a lot. People are like, how did you get into the CBD industry and social media? And I'm sorry guys, I have a hair that's like tickling my chin here. So interesting, my background is actually more administrative. Since I've been younger, I've done administrative work. More recently, it was in education. I was an office secretary at a high school, and then I moved into higher education where I was evaluating transcripts and working in our local registrar's office. So my background doesn't necessarily pertain to CBD, but I've always had this desire and this passion to help people and, healing, physically, mentally, spiritually. I've always been a person that loved that I could say I helped someone. Just because, as most of you know, I had my daughter at 16. I needed help. And I was always afraid to ask. I was too proud to ask probably. And so many people rallied around me when I was growing up to give me tools and resources to help me be successful too. So I've always just felt this desire to give back to as many people as I can. So that's where my passion for healing and helping others really comes from. After I had my daughter, I really wanted to get into nursing and medical assisting because, when you're young, you don't really understand everything that's out there. And I kind of thought that the only opportunity for me to help people with healing, and improving their lives was in the medical field. But as I got older and I did more research and I learned a lot more, I feel like I found a much deeper way to do that now. And you don't have to believe the same things that I do. For me, I feel connected with people on a more spiritual level, and it just our vibes and our energy. I like to have like a good vibe with people, and it doesn't have to get too quirky. That's just, my personal beliefs. And, I really feel that I've been able to do that, especially more recently since, starting with CBD oil, because I'm learning that there are more people who desire a healthy and safe and natural alternative to things. So I'm so excited to be able to offer that. Interesting though, people think that this would not, this business or this opportunity would not fit into what they're doing right now. So I thought it would be fun to kind of go down a list of people who I've welcomed into this journey with us and into this movement with us and their different backgrounds and where they come from, and kind of share why I think you could also work it into where you are. Now, I could go down the list of every, career path and every job title that there is, but I'm just going to share some that really stick out to me that I think could be really successful here. There are a lot of others too. So if you don't hear your career or your position, don't think, oh, this must not be for me. I'd still love to talk to you, but these are just some that I've spoken with more recently and welcomed into our team this year. Something really interesting that I love to share is, there's always these quotes that a millionaire has 7 streams of income, right? So if you have a family of 4 and you have 2 parents, they're each working full time, that's really 2 streams of income. Now, everybody doesn't want to be a millionaire, but everybody wants to be financially free. Everybody wants to be comfortable. So how do you do that? How do you bring in more income without having to sacrifice more time away from your family? You know, take on a second job so you can afford activities for your kids, but now you don't have the time to drive them to them, right? And it just becomes this vicious circle. So the reason I became so passionate about this industry and network marketing is because the company that I am with in the CBD industry, I believe so much in CBD, but I also believe so much in network marketing because it allows us to build income and continue doing these things for our families without having to sacrifice much more. Again, if you'd want a part-time job, you don't want to go work, you know, after working 9 to 5, you don't want to go work 6 to 10 or 6 to 11 just to put groceries on the table. So that's really where my passion for this really developed. And as I got really into CBD lately this past year, it just aligned so perfectly with me being able to be a stay-at-home mom. And I'm not saying you have to be a stay-at-home mom, but I wanted to be here with my daughter and help her do homeschooling. And it's helped me with that. And, you know, so it helps me with healing naturally. It helps me with being able to be home and not sacrificing my time away. So I really think there's something here for everyone. And, you know, I still get, you know, questions about it because it's network marketing. And guys, it's 2019. If we're struggling, there's no reason for it anymore. If you're struggling, there's no reason to in 2019. We are in a new age. We are in a modern day technology. There's opportunity everywhere. Facebook, there's like 4-point-something billion people on Facebook alone. Do you know how many people can use Facebook as a tool to earn an additional income? It's just there's technology, and I think about a couple of years ago when the economy crashed, right? I mean, guys, people lost their homes when, you know, the stock market and the housing market, it all crashed and people panicked. They pulled everything they saved for retirement just to keep their heads above water. They gave up their homes so they didn't go into foreclosure, and people really suffered. And the reason they panicked and did all of those things is because they felt there was no other way. They felt they had no other choice. So it's 2019. There's incredible modern day technology. There are opportunities out there for you to earn additional income. Listen, you might not need extra money, right? You might be one of those people who think, well, I don't need extra income. And I'm going to tell you, and this is a hard truth from my soul, if you're someone who believes you do not need any more money, then you have never struggled or had to work or suffer hard enough to understand how important it is to have an extra cushion. I don't care how much money you have saved, you need more. Anything can happen, and people have lost so much in their lives that prove that. You know, so I'm really here advocating for the people who need this and who want this, and understand that in 2019, you guys, the sky is the limit with what's available to us. So I put together a list of why and how I think this industry fits in with what you're doing. And again, if you don't hear your current career or job position, that's okay. We can still talk, but these are people that I've welcomed more recently or am working with. So the first thing is, guys, think about this. If you have like a little retail shop, like a coffee bar or a juice bar, Starbucks started out this little tiny kiosk that grew. Now, depending on where you live, there's a Starbucks on every corner, right? And it's crazy. And it just started out this little tiny coffee kiosk. But they found a way, they developed a new way to grow and reach new people. Well, let me ask you this. If you have a coffee shop or a juice bar, why not be the first to offer a hemp-infused coffee? How CBD fits into your coffee bar or juice bar is you can be one of the very first to take off in this industry and in this market. You know, it would explode because everyone would be coming to you, right? And you can kind of upcharge a little bit because you're providing the healthy alternative. People are always looking for these skinny, smart coffees. So if you had it at your drive-through, I'm stopping there in the morning. The next thing is fitness coaches, and that kind of goes along with that with the juice bar. If you're a fitness coach or you're a physical therapist or, you know, someone in the, I guess we'll say physical industry, whether it's working out or pain management, CBD is amazing post-workout. It's amazing for, you know, reducing inflammation, massage therapists, anyone that does body work, whether it's, you know, exercise or healing. CBD is an incredible way to work that in and help your clients in just one more way. For example, we have a pain cream that's CBD infused. If you do that, you know, in a massage or, you know, offering the oil for someone who suffers an injury with inflammation, it's an incredible way that you can just continue to offer an additional service to your current clients. You know, an esthetician, I talk about this a lot because we have an amazing skincare line, is CBD is so good for your skin. It just helps rebuild and replenish damage to your skin, and can help with healing in so many ways. I have to be careful with what I say, but you know, teenagers kind of go through a process where their skin is changing with their hormones, and CBD has been incredible for my daughter just for that alone. You can use the CBD infused skincare line if you're an esthetician or, you know, makeup artist. If you sell makeup, it's incredible for skin. As far as makeup, I used, it's called our Renew Cream. It's amazing for like shrinking pores and just leaving a nice smooth coverage. So for me, I have sensitive skin, so I don't like to build too many layers. So if I want to put on a foundation or even like a CC cream, I like to use the Renew as my primer, we'll call it, because it just smooths out those pores and those fine lines, and then I can place you know, a CC or a BB cream or a foundation on top of it without multiple layers on my skin and on my face. You're probably looking now and thinking, yeah, right, lady, you're not putting that on. I don't wear a ton of makeup. I put like lip gloss on and my permanent eyeliner that I had on. I'm all about just being myself. If you ask me what contouring and highlighting is, I can't tell you which is which. I have no idea. So anyway, you know, and you're offering in esthetician and makeup, you're offering a safe alternative that's not an additional chemical that people are putting on their skin and causing more damage that they're going to need even more to cover up from. Doctors. Guys, if you're in the medical field or even law enforcement, EMTs, you see the opioid crisis that this country is dealing with. You see it every day. You know that people are struggling, right? Why not be someone who can offer a safer and healthier alternative? I don't care if it's pain. I don't care if it's mental health. You can offer something that is a safer alternative than painkillers, than, you know, mental health drugs, these prescription drugs that are doing so much damage internally. You don't need that. We have other alternatives out there that work. I went to a therapist a few years ago, just like talk therapy, a counselor, and I asked for, you know, what's a natural or healthy alternative rather than just medication. I've only met you twice and you're telling me I need medication. I didn't even feel like I was depressed or anything. And she said SAMe, which is like a vitamin. So I looked into it and I thought I would try it. Well, first of all, it made me so sick to my stomach, I couldn't even take it. And then as I was reading through it, it was saying that after taking it so long, it was dangerous just to stop. And this is a natural supplement, but because it's not really organic and some of them are like genetically modified, they're man-made, they're just not safe for you. So CBD is a safer and healthier alternative and really helps fight that opioid crisis. You know, if you're a private pharmacies, if you walk into your local Walgreens or Rite Aid or CVS, you can find, you know, anything from Tylenol and Excedrin, which is, you know, a harsher drug, but you also have an entire aisle filled with natural, you know, fish oil and, you know, vitamins and things like that. So why not add a CBD product that's 100% organic? It's a safer alternative for your customers right in that vitamin aisle. Someone else is a vet clinic and rescues. I'm not sure if everyone's aware or not, but we actually have an incredible pet line. Pets are just like us. The problem is they can't tell us what's wrong. They can't tell us when they're in pain. They can't tell us when they're sick. We have to kind of guess and go based off of the way that they look or the way, you know, maybe they feel warm, but they can't tell us anything. So my personal opinion is that if you have a pet, you should be giving them CBD oil or some type of, you know, health booster, some type of immune boost or something, just like we would give them their heartworm or their tick preventative. You would want to do the same thing because they can't tell us. So in my personal opinion, every animal should be taking something. I, of course, believe in CBD, but I believe every animal should be taking something. You know, the thing is that when you're adopting out a rescue, you just don't know their backstory. You don't know where they come from. You don't know, you know, have they been abused? Is there anything that they deal with? And CBD oil really can help with that too, with help calming their nerves, help with any joint pain that they might be suffering from. We just don't know their story. So it really can help. Another one, guys, is like financial advisors and tax preparers. And you might be thinking, well, how the heck does that, you know, align with CBD? Well, I'll tell you something. You see people every day who are struggling financially. CBD is projected by Forbes to grow by 700% by 2020. That's at the end of this current year. The company that I'm with, HempWorx, has already grown by 1,100% this past year. If you're a financial advisor and you're not advising your customers to invest in the hemp and CBD and cannabis industry, you're doing them a disservice. I mean, this industry is booming, it's growing, and if you're one of those people that likes to just get in while it's hot, you need to get in while it's hot, because this is when you're going to invest now low and be able to explode from that. So again, tax preparers and financial advisors, you definitely can refer your clients that are struggling. And here's the other thing. If they're really paying and owing a lot in taxes every year, offer them the side business, right? Offer them an alternative way to bring in money and use everything as a tax write-off. Guys, the clothes that I'm wearing right now, because I'm live talking about this business, is a tax write-off. So I'm not a tax professional. I'm not an accountant. I can't tell you things for sure, but there are so many tax write-offs in a business that people who are struggling can really benefit from. And just including that in, with their taxes every year really can help. So if you are a tax preparer or a financial advisor, it's a great way, to connect with people who are struggling and offer them something a little bit more. Nail salons, hair salons. Again, we talked about estheticians. CBD is amazing for hair, skin, and nails. So if your clients come to you and they're already, struggling to repair their hair, especially if they're coloring and highlighting, we all know no matter what chemicals we're using, we're still damaging some part of the hair, whether it's slowly or like box color and just bold and flat out damaging. Anytime we're using a chemical on your hair, there's so many things people are doing, like finding sulfate-free shampoos and conditioners and using special treatments in your hair to protect it. Well, CBD promotes healthy hair growth. It helps, get that sleek shine and thick, healthy hair growing back. So when people are coloring their hair or, going through permanent, perms and curls, this is a great way to really promote that hair growth. Same thing with the nails. We have something called a Renew Cream, which I love because if you're like me, my cuticles all around my nails get so dry and peel no matter what I do. So you can take just CBD like oil, the natural flavor, and put it right on there, or you can even use our Renew Cream and rub it on, and it's like a healing, it heals the skin right up, almost like a Neosporin, but you don't really need an antibiotic because it's dry. So I use that on my cuticles and it's amazing. Guys, restaurants and food trucks and bars. If you're a restaurant owner or you have a food truck or, even a little kiosk or a bar owner, guys, I can't tell you the recipes that are out there that are infused with CBD. So if you're going to do that, why not use one that is 100% pure, high quality oil, right? HempWorx is amazing. I mean, they offer so much to you, which is why I'm so passionate about it. But you really can add it to anything. Why not offer a CBD infused dessert drink? Or if you're at a bar, there's a drink called liquid marijuana, and it's green and it just goes with the whole theme. It's obviously not marijuana, but that's the name of the drink. So if you're a bar owner or a bartender and you're dropping real drops of CBD into this drink, first of all, you can upcharge $2 to $3 extra on that drink or that shot, and people are going to go nuts to know that you've actually got the real deal in that drink. So if you're a bar owner or a restaurant owner and you serve that liquid marijuana drink, adding CBD drops to it is amazing. And just think of the profit as a business owner, and making a smart business decision as a restaurant owner or a bar owner. Think of the profit that you could really make off that one bottle of oil just by putting a few drops into a drink. And I mean, that's from a business standpoint, not really a, customer or product standpoint, but it's really a smart business decision to make. But if you just look up recipes, there are desserts, there's, main meals, there's dessert drinks, there's shots, you can add it to so many things. I mean, we've added it to coffee. You can serve the coffee. We've already kind of talked about therapists, right? Because your clients are already coming to you asking for help. I mean, your clients come to you telling you they struggle emotionally or mentally and need something more. And you guys, if you're a parent, this kind of leads me into the next one for children, but because teachers and parents really are so happy with this oil. Because think about it, if you have a child that's struggling with, maybe say ADHD or autism, there's so many prescription drugs out there. And when parents read these side effects and read, the potential harm that these drugs are doing to their children, they freeze up, they panic. So they don't fill the prescriptions. And next thing you know, these poor children are just struggling because you don't know what to do. And guys, I'm not judging you. I was there. My daughter struggled for a long time and I refused to drug her that's how my mind worked. I refused to drug her at such a young age. So, I wanted a natural alternative. I said I explored the CME. I explored different alternatives and nothing was working. So my poor daughter was just suffering. And, when I found this last year and found this healthier, safer alternative for her, I thought, well, there's no risk in it. Why not try it? And this has been life-changing for her, as well as a bunch of other parents that I have, which leads me into teachers. Now, first of all, if you're a teacher and you know me personally, before my CBD industry, you all hold a special place in my heart. I'm sorry, guys. I respect everybody's position and career, but I believe that teachers are the most underpaid and overqualified for the crap they have to put up with every day. I mean, they just hold a special place in my heart. So if you're a teacher, first of all, you're already, stressed out. I don't know, every teacher needs CBD. That's just the fact of the matter. They just do. But, not just in that sense, but, think about it. You're also dealing with parents and other children, and to be able to offer, like I said, parents who have children that are struggling, to be able to offer a safer alternative for them, because they feel lost, they feel helpless, and they do look to teachers and daycares for guidance and for help. I mean, I know when my children were small, I'd say, well, you've got 20 other kids in here. Is this normal? Is it normal that he doesn't want to take a nap? Is it normal that he doesn't want to eat at this time? When you're a new mom, and people trust the teachers and the daycare workers. So, I definitely would say our business, and we also offer natural sprays that don't contain CBD. We have a great one, guys, your immune system. Teachers and daycares are exposed to so many germs in one season. It's unheard of. And I mean, I think through the years, your immune system's just become rock solid, right? And you're just immune to everything. Or you're one of those teachers that get everything. We have a really cool oral spray. It's called Shield, and it actually helps boost your immune system. But we have another one called Sleep, and it's just a tiny dose of melatonin in that, and it really helps with sleeping. So if you have children who are not good nappers, or they have trouble sleeping at night, which is causing them to not focus well in school the next day, our sleep spray would be amazing for that too. So again, if you're a teacher or a daycare worker, even in the education industry at all, I know that you probably have a lot of parents struggling, and this would be, a great alternative for them. Danielle, I had a black sweater on, and my face was just a big white aura from the black on the screen. So I had to take that off and put tan on so that you could see my face. The next thing is tanning salons. When your clients are coming into a tanning salon, a lot of times they get burnt. And CBD is in so many tanning salons because of its healing properties for your skin. So, we have a Renew cream, which we took a vacation last year to Destin, Florida, Destin Beach. If you've never been there, it's gorgeous. But that is like a whole nother atmosphere for me. I mean, I've got red hair, freckles, very pale skin. I was there maybe 3 hours, and I was just the color of tomatoes. I mean, I was so burnt. My scalp burns, everything. So what I did was I actually took my CBD oil, the natural 750, and I just coated my body in it because I was like, something's got to give here. And then once that kind of dried a little bit into my skin, I coated it with our Renew cream, which is like a nice, it renews the top layer of your skin. That was amazing for sunburn. And the next day, believe it or not, this freckled ginger was not burnt the next day, and I made sure to lather up with sunblock then going forward. But, it was amazing for sunburn. So if you have a tanning salon, your clients are constantly burning or overdoing it, even though we tell them no more than 20 minutes, no more than so many times a week. You can't just make everybody do it. So, if they are burning their skin or whatever, you're offering a great alternative for that. Caregivers, and I don't mean daycare, I mean for the elderly. If you're an in-home caregiver or whatever, if you're dealing with the elderly, I just gave my dad a bottle of CBD oil and our pain creams for him and my grandmother, because here are my thoughts, you guys. My grandmother was 90 years old, and for the last 10 years of her life, I mean, she's survived cancer, and she was an incredible woman, but there's a lot of, after effects of that, right? She had terrible digestive problems. She was always aching and in pain. And, they go to the doctor every week. They send them for blood work every week. And my dad used to get so frustrated and just say, for what? What are you going to do if you find it? I mean, if you find something at 87 years old, what are you really going to do? So CBD is just an amazing way for these elderly patients to, just find a little bit of relief without constantly having to go to the doctor. I mean, my grandmother had 2 huge baskets of pills. Some were vitamins, some were medications, and it was like, what is all this for? I mean, at her age, what is the point? And so, my dad was very, very happy to have this that he could give to her so that she didn't constantly have to run to the doctor every week. And again, with the relief pain, pain cream, a lot of times the elderly suffer from, aching joints and muscle pain, and, just their bodies are older and just giving up, and the relief cream is amazing for that. So just for them to have something to put on that they don't need a prescription for, it doesn't burn, it doesn't smell horrible like Bengay, and just to have that option for them, it's really nice. Fun one is realtors. So I actually have a few realtors on my team, and a few that I'm actually still talking to. And the cool thing is we have sample packs, and our sample packs come with 5 products. Guys, if you're a realtor, you know what your clients go through, or if you own a home or have ever bought a home or you're selling a home, you know the process is just nothing but stress from the minute that you even make the decision. I can tell you that because I just moved. We're renovating 2 houses. We are renting out a rental property. It's crazy. If I didn't have my CBD, I don't know if I'd even be here talking today. So the realtors, they're doing really cool with this. They're gifting sample packs in the beginning. They're $20, right? And they're gifting a sample pack. So they're getting 2 weeks worth of CBD oil. They're getting pain cream and then some skincare. So of course, for the women, they feel, it's nice and pampering. And then the cool thing is, as like a housewarming after they buy the house, you can gift them a bottle of the CBD oil or whichever their favorite product was. So it really works well. And then you have not only a customer, for your realty business, but you also have a customer for your CBD business. The other thing is, which is kind of, on the business side of this, how many of you as a realtor, how many of you have had clients who, just they looked good on paper, but they just struggled to come up with a down payment? Why not offer them this business and say, hey, listen, I've got this opportunity. You have enough money from what you're showing. You have enough money to invest, to join. Why not make enough back, save this money towards your down payment? So as a realtor, not only are you helping them with, their home buying process, but you're giving them a solution to their tool, and they're going to stick with you. So a year from now, when they've built up their credit because they've been saving this money, now they have more cash, they have better credit, they're going to come back to you because they trust you, right? And you've given them a solution that, even if they're taking the oil, that helped get them through it too. If you're a social media influencer, and this one I always get so afraid to talk about, but I'm going to anyway, because there are tons of people out there who have these huge influences on social media. I have 2,000 friends. If I can help every single one of you, I'm blessed to do it, and I will do it. But there are people out there who have like 20 some thousand followers on Instagram, right? Why not offer your followers something that's going to actually help them? So you've got these girls who do these hair and makeup tutorials who are absolutely flawless and gorgeous, and I love every single one of them. They have this high energy, but in addition to that, why not offer them something to help them grow their hair? Why not help them something that's going to help their skin conditions? If you're a social media influencer and you're just selling them, any product just so you can get it free, that's not really being authentic. So why not build this relationship with your followers that you're influencing? Offer them something that can really benefit their life and change their life. Because not only are they going to thank you for that, they're going to trust you and they're going to continue to follow you and they're going to refer more to you because you're giving them something that's truly life-changing. So if you're a social media influencer, I highly, highly recommend considering CBD oil, because all the things that you're offering that everyone that follows you loves, this is something that fits into every one of those moving pieces, and it's like the one thing they can use for everything, and it'll just also help your other businesses expand. We talked about makeup already, how it's amazing underneath your skin, underneath your makeup for skincare. Law enforcement and EMTs with the opioid crisis. Guys, my list could go on, honestly, between, yoga instructors and Reiki and massage therapy. It all just fits into, anything that you're doing with the body, the mind, people's finances, and anything at all that you're dealing with. CBD really does fit into any industry. And, I'm willing to help you figure out how you think that may or may not work for you. I will tell you this, again, it's 2019 and those opportunities are out there. And Stu and I are so passionate about bringing people on that truly want to help us make a difference. I want to try to reach someone in every state, and I've got a long ways to go to do that. So again, if you're watching, please say hi and tell me where you're watching from. It's kind of an awkward time on a Saturday afternoon, but that's okay. I'll leave this up for a replay, and it'll also be on my YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out as well. You'll find out a ton of other information about CBD and this industry as well while you're over there. At the end of this year, you guys, again, Forbes projects this industry to boom 700%. That number may have even changed since their last projection, but 700% by the year 2020. HempWorx has grown 1,100% in this last year alone. So you can see where this is going, right? You're going to look back at me and be like, that crazy CBD chick, she was onto something. Look at her. Look where she is. Look where this, look where this country has evolved to. The 2018 Farm Bill just passed less than a month ago. It's finally written into law. This movement is happening. Changes are taking place, and people are jumping on the CBD industry everywhere. Marlboro, Coca-Cola, Corona beer. Everyone is jumping on this. So I'm telling you guys, if you have the opportunity, if you even have an inkling about it, jump in and get on it. You will not regret it. Stu and I are going to be the crazy ones today, but a year from now, you're going to wish that you joined us when you see how far this goes. So let us help you. Let us have a good time together. Little fun fact that I wanted to add is, I don't know if everyone knows this story, but when I read it, it blows my mind. Did you know that Walt Disney was actually fired from his first job because, listen to this, he lacked creativity? Walt Disney was told that he was never going to make it because he lacked creativity. But there was someone who believed enough in him and just saw a good thing, just knew a good thing when he saw it and gave him that chance. And the rest is history. I don't need to tell you who Walt Disney is. I don't need to tell you what CBD is, okay? And that's why I love to compare it to that story. You guys, Walt Disney, there's not a person in this world who has never heard of Walt Disney. And at this point, January 19th, 2019, it is very hard to find somebody in this world who has not heard of CBD oil and all of its health benefits. You may not know the science, you may not know how to choose an oil, and that's okay, but you know that it exists. You may never have been to Disneyland, but you know that it's there. And you know that man has done amazing things for so many families, and that is my crazy dream, and I'm sticking to it, that Stu and I want to do the same. So, the point to all of that, you guys, is please just believe in yourself. If you see something amazing and you want to go for it, jump right in. I don't care who doubts you. I don't care who doesn't believe in it with you. I do. I'm here. Stu and I have your back 100%. We've got tens of thousands of other affiliates that are extremely successful here with us. Again, it's 2019. If you're not jumping on the modern day technology and taking advantage of these, opportunities in front of you, you just have not struggled hard enough to understand why you need it. And that comes from the bottom of my heart and soul. I struggled. I was a teen parent at 16. I had to give up my college education and my dreams because I needed to go to work. I didn't have the financial resources that I needed. And, like I said, so many people have rallied together in my life to, really help me evolve into the person that I am today. And if I can give that back to anybody, even just one person, I'm going to do it. So that's why I'm so passionate. That's why I'm here every day. That's why I don't stop, and I will not stop. So if you guys want to know more about this, please feel free to reach out. I'll drop a link in the comments below here in the description where you can actually check out this company for free for a few days. What they do is really cool. We're so confident in this company and this product and our structure that we actually allow you to tour this business and our team and our leadership for 7 days completely free. All you do is you enter your email and your name. You'll get a login information. You log into your back office. Stu and I will build up a business underneath you for the next 7 days. You get to test us out as leaders, see what the company is all about, check out the compensation plan, do a little test out there on your social media. I guarantee you if you make a post about CBD oil, you will have a ton of response. You wouldn't believe the people who need it. You wouldn't believe the people who would trust you and follow you. I can't tell you the number of people that have reached out to me and said, I've been seeing this everywhere. I've been really thinking about it. I'm so glad that it's you that's offering it because I feel that I can trust you. It's so nice to see a familiar face, someone that I know that I can trust. And I really think that you'd have the same results if you did the same. So again, if you test it out for 7 days and I'm wrong, then you just don't join us. That's okay. There's nothing lost. It's zero risk. However, if you see that I'm right, you see that you love the company, you love the leadership, you love the products, you really love the opportunity here, then the business that we built up underneath you is yours when you lock in your spot on Thursday. Again, I'll drop that link in the comments below. This cycle runs weekly, so if you're watching this video at a later date, you can still sign up and you'll still have 7 days. But I would lock in your spot as quickly as you can. It's completely free, no risk, and I hope to talk to you guys all soon. Have a great night.